Welcome to Oddball, Charlotte Wilder, Amin Elhassan. We're here in New York City. It's a Friday. Yeah, the West 4th Court. It's up behind Amin. Amin.
Is this supposed to be West 4th?
Yeah, it is West 4th.
No way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think West 4th has all that.
I think it does.
No.
Oh.
I don't believe so.
All right. Well, after that riveting start to the show, last night was a huge night for the country of the United States. We saw something happen that has never happened before.
Golf talk?
No. Well,
we've never seen that.
We've never seen that happen before, but we've also never seen a man play on the same NBA team as his son.
Yes.
Bronny James is a Laker. It finally happened. We had a hunch it would happen. And it happened. He was drafted 55th overall. This is a first time. This is a first, folks.
Yeah, look at that, man.
That's crazy.
It's so weird to see
He's
baby
holding
pictures.
him as a baby.
And also, I'm going to say this. LeBron looks remarkably the same.
I know. Also, his stat line has not changed.
Yeah.
I think he's averaging 26 points instead of 27 points when Bronny was born, but he still has 7 rebounds per game. And it's gone up from 7 to 8 assists.
Yeah.
So that's truly remarkable.
You know what else was remarkable?
What?
Twitter last night.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wasn't anticipating it. I'll be honest. Took me by surprise. But everyone had memes ready to go, ready for launch as soon as the inevitable happened. And here's a smattering of some of our favorite ones from throughout the night. Oh, this is one online.
You love this one.
Yeah. Just the way Homer's sitting there.
Yeah, it's Bart Simpson walking in the door. Homer sitting there. What does it say?
So why'd you miss the open shot in the corner last night?
Okay, one of my personal favorites was that Savannah James, LeBron's wife and Bronny's mother, posted this tweet on her Instagram story, which says, "It has been discovered that LeBron James is sleeping with his newest teammate's mom."
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I love that she. I like that she leaned into it.
There are various ones that have been out there. My favorite one is like breaking. It was like they broke the news and scandal erupts.
Right. Well, like an aggregated headline thought that was real and put it together, and they were like, "Breaking news: LeBron sleeping with new team," and it's like,
yeah,
that's his wife. What else? LeBron has been making moves this offseason. This is a good one. This tweet says, LeBron this offseason, 1, hired his podcast co-host, 2, drafted his son. The finals finished 10 days ago.
Nice.
He's been busy.
That's how you make hay when the sun is shining.
That's how you wield your power that you've earned. And here, I guess, oh God, anytime I read something our producers wrote without knowing what's coming, I'm like, here's our producer submission for your consideration titled, Take Your Son to Work Day. The Hangover Part 4.
Is it just because there's a baby in The Hangover? That's your
Zach Galifianakis is not that baby's dad.
Yeah,
we know that.
Just a
we
baby
know that,
they
right?
found. Have you guys seen The Hangover?
I've even seen The Hangover.
Ah, man, I tell you what, man. The other day in a production meeting, I discovered nobody on the staff had watched Idiocracy, and my faith in America is shaken every day.
To be fair, when it feels like you're living it, maybe not like the most fun viewing experience.
I'm going to tell you something. That movie came out in 2004 or something like that. If you watched it then and saw where the world is now, it would stagger you.
So it was more of a prophecy.
Oh, it was absolutely prophetic.
All right. Well, the move Bronny to the Lakers has raised a lot of questions. I mean, we've seen everybody say, like, what does Bronny call LeBron on the court?
Dad, I'm open. Dad, pass me the ball.
Yes. Here is my take, Amin. Why would he not call him dad? It's not like people don't know. If that's what he's called him his entire life, like, it's not like people don't know LeBron is Bronny's dad. They have the same name. Just be like, Dad, pass. Like, no, you're not fooling anybody.
So we have this situation actually in our workplace in Miami where Chris Cody is one of our producers in the shipping container.
Right.
His father, Greg Cody, columnist for the Miami Herald, is a regular kind of guest host. Mm-hmm. So when he's on and Chris is the producer of the show, I think
he just doesn't say his name.
He calls him Greg. He calls him Greg, but sometimes he says, "But Dad, come on." And it's awkward either way. Why are you calling your dad by his first name, and why are you saying dad?
I think you just have to say dad. I think you have to lean into it.
I think you got to lean into it even more and say daddy. Daddy, I'm over. Daddy, pass the ball, daddy.
I mean, I don't hate it. Look, there are a bunch of questions we have. Like, he's still living at home. I'm like, lean into the whole thing. Like, look, dude, if you're living at home, commute to practice together, commute to games. Like,
only if LeBron wears a suit and tie and Bronny has to grab a lunchbox.
Only if Bronny wears one of those hats with the spinny things on top.
There you go.
Okay. All right, and that's fair.
What if LeBron made him take the bus? Like,
wait, does LeBron not take? Like, no, you mean like the city bus?
Yes, the city bus.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Oh my God, there's so many things. Yeah, is Bronny going to move out? I don't think he's going to move out. Why move out? You live in an amazing house.
Yeah, LeBron probably has a chef, a whole team, everything. Like, then you have to hire your own chef.
Like, especially like if you have a hard day at work.
Yeah.
You come back and like you gotta come back to your house and just fume and vent by yourself, or you're gonna go home and say, "Mom, Dad made me do push-ups." And then
Mom,
Savannah's
I had a wide open quarter-3 and Dad wouldn't pass me the ball even in practice.
Oh man, so good.
Tough. The broadcast was interesting about this. I mean, Bob Myers said when Bronny, the whole discussion about him, he said that Rich Paul was calling teams and telling them not to take Bronny James, that he would go to Australia if you didn't take him. What did this actually mean?
I took it. The Australia part was Bob, I think, being facetious. I don't think Rich was saying, he was just saying like, hey, he's going to do something else if you guys take him. But yeah, that's, I think the plan was, hey, you know, obviously he's a first round pick. That's amazing, right? But in the second round, the higher end picks in the 30s, a lot of them end up signing really good deals, guaranteed deals, multi-year deals, multi-million-dollar deals, as opposed to minimums or two ways, you know, later on in the second round. So it is probably reasonable to expect that Rich Paul, Bronny, and LeBron had a plan that, look, if he falls past a certain point, at that point, it's not where the juice isn't worth the squeeze to say I got drafted to go in any one of these places. We'd rather go somewhere where we know he's going to be valued. And so you start calling teams pretty much say, don't take him. If you take him, he's not going to come, basically. He's not going to come to the NBA. This
is so fascinating to me, though, because I felt like it was a call that maybe didn't really need to be made. I feel like teams were so scared to take him. I mean, like the Celtics could have done the funniest thing ever and just draft Bronny James, but they didn't.
Spite,
because also, like, that's a move that will only come back to bite you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't win by doing that.
Well, just like, it's not even coming back to bite you. It's just like, why do I want to deal with this?
Right.
Like,
I would like to be excluded
this
from
goes back to like the caliber of prospect he is, right? The talent, I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm just saying the talent is not commensurate with, it's worth the trouble.
Yeah.
I'll take him anyway and make it happen, right? This isn't like Eli Manning or whatever, right? Like, this is a modest guy, modestly talented player that, to be told, if the Lakers didn't have a pick, he could have been undrafted, and I don't think anyone would have been shocked.
Right. You want to know my take?
What's that?
That there should be a LeBron James rule where if you are old enough and you're still playing to the point where your son is old enough and eligible to be drafted, he is automatically on the team that his dad plays for. Even if he's like 5'6", you know, getting his degree in creative writing at, you know, a small New England liberal arts school, and he just became a sophomore in college. They're like, oh, sorry, Daniel, you are now on the Timberwolves.
Even if he's like Christopher Walken's son in The Wedding Crashers.
Yes,
I'll be in my room painting.
The painting was a gift, Todd. I'm taking it with me. So is nepotism a benefit? Yes, obviously. But why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because they got the reference.
I got the reference.
You got it?
I said the painting was a gift, Todd. I'm taking it with me. Oh my God. Give me a little credit for once. According to an article by friend of the show, Tom Haberstroh, prospects whose father played in the NBA on average outperform their draft slot by 30% compared to what players yield at that draft slot.
Yes. which is like kind of not what we think about when we hear the word nepotism. We think of like someone's lazy, entitled kid getting a job that some hardworking guy couldn't do or could have done but didn't get. And the reality is, second generation NBA players on the whole are a better bet than non-second generation NBA players.
You know, I think there are parts of this people watching are probably like, right, obviously, because of the DNA. Yeah. And yes, sure, that is a great place to start, especially because a lot of these players' moms were also phenomenal athletes. You know, if the parents met in college in the same athlete circle, but also, I mean, I think part of it is that, and we talked about this with the Steph Curry documentary, where they didn't reveal that Del Curry played in the NBA, because these kids grow up with all the resources their hearts could ever desire, with access to better training facilities, to nutrition, to all of those things that NBA players, and the discipline of knowing how to.
Well, so there's two things. There's the material, right? Like you said, I can afford to get you a shooting coach. I can afford to get you in the gym. I can afford to have you on these travel teams. I can afford to feed you right and make you eat healthy and be in the best shape of your life and all that. And then there's another part of it, which is the nurture part of it, which is, you're watching me. If you have a close relationship with the son as a father, you're with me in these environments. You're watching games with me. You're via osmosis or direct instruction, learning about the game in the right way, in a way that a kid who doesn't have an NBA dad may have a guy just say, "Hey, shoot more, son," or like just kind of armchair sports fan feedback. And so these are all advantages that come through and bleed over. Most NBA players, second generation NBA players, they know how to be pros. Yeah. And they know the game. Their IQ is high. And so there is an argument for it. Yeah. But I do want to talk about one thing real quick. Having said that, the broadcast of the second round last night by ESPN, the panel, and everybody involved, and many of those people I know and love and respect, but like, they went so overboard trying to like argue, oh, this is a great pick and Bronny's amazing, and like, what kind of parent wouldn't want this? And they went to this weird human interest story angle that, Charlotte, I felt like, wait a second, like they didn't do this for everybody else. They didn't do this for Boogie Ellis, who went undrafted, had to sit there the entire night and walk away undrafted. Why is this the only human interest story? Why are they arguing and defending this pick so much? At the end of the day, Bronny was the 55th pick. That's all you have to say. Like, what are we really arguing about here? Right. But they went so overboard, it made me uncomfortable. Yeah, no, I mean, this was the 55th pick often doesn't pan out. I think people don't necessarily know what to do with this. I mean, but we know what to do with one thing. What's that? Which is talk to Knicks fans. Earlier this week, I stopped by Barclays Center for the draft, but then Mikal Bridges got traded to the Knicks, and among the hot dogs, giant beers, and stale popcorn, I saw New Yorkers ingesting the most delicious concession of all, hope. Oh my God, the producers wrote that for me. All right, check it out. Are you cool with them giving the 5 first-round picks away and Bojan for Mikal? Absolutely, especially if they can make it to at least the conference finals or even get a ring, maybe. You got to do that to push the needle. So, Jason, as a Knicks fan, what does it feel like to hear yourself say that and actually believe it? I feel delusional saying it now, just from all the stuff that we've been through over the past 20 years. And how do you feel about the price you paid for him? Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy about that, but I think, if it works, it'll pay off well, and if it doesn't, then we got 20 years of misery. Wow, a true Knicks fan. I'm going to be honest, I was rooting for this to happen, as were many Nets fans. If I'm being real, we kind of, after the Durant trade, we kind of wanted like a full reset. We kind of wanted like a new opportunity to draft our own homegrown star. Sometimes in life, you just got to pull all your chips on the table, put them all in the middle and go for everything. So the price might get higher tomorrow. You got to get it done right now. So that's a great gamble, and I know it's going to pay off. The vibes on this team are going to be so incredible next year. The friendship, the power of friendship is stronger than anything for the Knicks, and we will win next year. That's what I'm saying. You can't put a price on friendship or vibes, right? You can't. Thank you, Leon. I love you. The real championship are the friends we made along the way, am I right? Absolutely.
except for the real championship.
Knicks definitely fleeced the Nets. Let's go. Nova all the way next year. Nova Knicks.
They fleeced him with 5 first-round picks?
Absolutely. You can't put a price on friendship. Seriously, these guys, the camaraderie, the 4 of them are going to take down the twosome of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Thibodeau, we trust. Let's go Knicks. Hot dogs are phenomenal. It's going to be a phenomenal night.
Tried to flag down a Knicks fan. He said, sorry, no. And those are the true New Yorkers. Nets fans are like, oh, yeah, I'll talk to you. Knicks fans are like, F you. And I'm like, I love the city where I live.
I didn't see the hot dog one when you were taping. I saw a lot of those. Yeah. I thought Hat Man would have been the one, but...
Oh, yeah, he got that hat made, the Bridges NYC. He got that made at a Lids on Staten Island.
That day.
Stay tuned for more draft and anti-debate when we come back. Welcome back to Oddball. Amin, it may be summer, but here at Oddball, it's content farming season.
It's always content and engagement farming season. Shout out to JJ Redick.
It sure is. The executives at Oddball have decided we need to attract a younger audience. Okay. So we had a bunch of shoot ideas from the NBA draft. I did a tour, a very, like a really serious, formal tour of Barclays. And we were like, you know what? Our Gen Z editor, Meg, has been doing such a good job. Let's give her this to edit to appeal to the youth. So here it is. Oh, so you like the NBA draft? Do I have some content for you? So this is the red carpet. People taking pictures on the red carpet. I hope they don't step on my stuff, which is on the floor. And, well, we can't... Yeah, but c'est la vie. When in France.
Let them eat cake.
And
those shorts are sick. So sorry, you're a Pistons fan?
Correct.
This is like...
That water cost me $12.
Okie dokie. All right. We can't go in, but we can stand here.
Is that how their brains work?
Huh.
Is that how Meg sees the world? Just snippets that...
Meg, you're a genius or... No, you're a genius. Okay, thanks to Meg. Let's play a game.
Get that Ritalin prescription refilled also. All right, what game do you want to
play? All right. With the debate happening yesterday, this country needs to come together. Our producers have so graciously compiled a list of things we can agree on.
It could unify the nation with this segment.
We're all about peace and harmony here. So let's go through some of these things. After a horrific final, Tim Hardaway Jr. was traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Pistons. Can we all agree nationwide that if you perform abysmally in the finals, you have to get traded to the worst team?
That's the Pistons specifically. That's the punishment of all punishments, right? Like, because they could have sent you to Washington. No, we're going to send you to Detroit.
No, talking to that Pistons fan at Barclays at the draft, just like no hope left, but he was still there, so I guess some hope. But what are you going to do?
All right, here's one for you.
Yep.
Now, Andrew Wiggins is not going to be playing for Team Canada. There is a rumor/report out there that this is because the Golden State Warriors are blocking him from playing for Team Canada because they intend on trading him this offseason and they don't want him to get hurt.
They can do that? You can stop your players from
That's why I said allegedly rumor, because I don't know if this is real or not. But we're trying to unify a nation here, and then that nation is not Canada.
No.
Can we agree that Team USA coach Steve Kerr is terrified of the Canadians, and that's why they're blocking this?
I'm terrified of the Canadians.
Are you?
Well, like basketball-wise.
Oh, okay. Because
otherwise,
Bieber's not that scary.
No, Bieber's not scary. They're not that scary. Yeah, okay, we can all agree on that.
Take a look at their roster. Tristan Thompson made it. How about
Wait,
that?
he's Canadian?
How do y'all not know? He's a pride
I did not know he's Canadian.
The pride and joy of Brampton, Ontario. Get with the program.
Oh my God!
All right, next up, Clipped. It's coming to an end. This finale, July 2nd.
Clipped was all we had.
I need Clipped season 2. I said it. There you go. Can we
Invent
agree?
a new scandal.
Can we agree that Chris Paul and Blake Griffin need to sue whoever casted the clip?
Absolutely. I think they have a really strong defamation case there. I mean,
I think that the Blake Griffin one is the worst because like they didn't get any part of it right.
But yeah, no, the Steph Curry, it was egregious.
But at least like Steph Curry, like as
Blake
egregious
Griffin, they like tried to dye his hair reddish.
They couldn't get the hair.
It's so
They couldn't
bad.
get the look. But I'm still annoyed that they couldn't get the personality.
Yeah, not a single joke.
No.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched the last couple episodes.
There you go.
Have you?
No.
Okay. Here's another thing we can all agree on after the draft. These are all separate people in the NBA. Are you ready?
Yes.
Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jovic, Nikola Topic, Bojan Bogdanovic, Boban Marjanovic. And I think we can all agree we need more Nikolas in the NBA. I think they actually took another Nikola in the second round of the draft last night. I think there are now 4 Nicolas. I'm
going to tell you a funny thing about Nikola Jokic versus Nikola Jovic. I went to a Heat game with my kid.
Okay.
And my kid's watching the game and says, wait a second, that guy's name is Nikola Jovic? I said, yes. And my kid starts dying laughing. Like, it's like they got a bootleg a Timu Nikola Jokic. And then my kid sees the number.
Yeah.
And Jovic wears number 5.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously Jokic wears 15.
Right.
And my kid says, oh my God, they couldn't even afford the 1.
Does your child want a job here? They can sit in for me anytime. There's some more Nikola Jokic. I don't know how to say it. Now I don't know who's who.
Can we agree that Nikola Jokic looks better with a mustache?
Honestly, I think for like, even if it's just a laugh, most people look better with a mustache.
Facial hairless people are weird.
Huh.
Particularly if you have a beard with no mustache.
Oh, that's
the weirdest of them. The Abraham Lincoln,
terrifying.
Super weird.
But Jokic usually doesn't have a beard.
Yeah.
Or a mustache.
It looks weird.
Really?
Yeah, give him some facial hair. He'll be cooler. Trust me. Trust me on that one.
Okay. All right. A March Madness hero has been resurrected. Do you remember DJ Burns?
I do. Big old DJ Burns.
Yeah, big old DJ Burns from NC State. He got drafted. Well,
did he? No, he didn't get drafted. He got signed. He's an undrafted free agent.
UDFA.
I don't know.
Whatever.
That's like internet jargon. I'm a talker.
Yeah,
I talk these things out.
All right. Well, can we agree that the Cleveland Cavaliers must sign this man to help our nation?
And not only that, but I think him and Kenneth Lofton Jr. need to get together.
Wait, which one was Kenneth Lofton Jr.?
He's also a big old boy, but that was from 2 years ago for Memphis.
Right.
He was a summer league darling.
Yeah.
So like we need those two guys to kind of play against each other, and that's our new Magic and Bird. That's going to save the NBA.
Love it.
All right. Finally.
Oh no.
This Kyle Filipowski story. Look. This is. I've gone through so many rabbit holes, digging through all types of allegations from the mother, from the brother. Was there an email sent? Was there not? If you don't know, Kyle Filipowski was is a player who was drafted early in the second round, and apparently, allegedly, reportedly, his girlfriend, who is about 8 years his senior, used to be his babysitter. And then started dating him.
So I think we can all agree we just won't tell the story.
Why?
I think we can all agree that let's just go into the weekend on a less bizarre note. America, you're welcome. We brought you all together. This is the unity that the country needed. You're welcome.
He was a high school senior when they started dating.
Okay, bye. See you next week. Thank you. Michael
Jordan D-Point was a fake.
Oh, the waters we're holding? Okay, there's actually a science to this. Anytime you go to an event in your media, you find the fridge where they have the waters, and you take at least 2 because they run out very quickly. So Amin actually got me this on the concourse. I have a fresh one here that I'm holding. I should get another one because when this is gone and this is gone, they will be gone from the fridge.
That water cost me $12.